Meanwhile, many of you could be getting a stimulus check in the next few days. Here's some actual good news. Well, many of you watching right now may have inadvertently thrown out your stimulus payment. That's right. According to the IRS, 800,000 of you may have accidentally thrown out your stimulus payment because it hasn't been activated. They sent out those debit cards and they sent out the stimulus checks. Many of them got thrown in the trash because they looked like junk mail. Yes, that's right. You know how you get those fake credit cards in the mail all the time? They're like, and you think, it says right at the bottom, this is not a credit card, but it's just a mailing. It's a piece of, direct mail trying to get you to sign up for something. Yeah, a lot of people got these things and thought they were junk mail and they threw them out. And then they wondered where their stimulus check was. Well, guess what? You just threw it out. The same thing is true of the paper check that was sent out. People thought that was junk mail and they threw that away. 800,000 people. How many of you watching right now had that happen to you? You're wondering where your stimulus check is. Is it possible that you might have tossed it? When they sent you that debit card that hasn't been activated, you might have thrown it away. So now the IRS is looking to get this money into the hands of the American people. This was a big question at the committee hearing the other day. Like, you keep saying there's all this additional money sitting there. Why is it sitting there? This is what Stephen Mnuchin was being grilled upon the other day. Why is this just sitting there? Why is all this money still sitting there? Well, because, now we have some answers. Part of it, at least, is that people just simply didn't take advantage of it, and they accidentally threw out their checks and they threw out their debit cards. So there's a couple of things you can do. You can go to the IRS website and go through that system and let them know that you've lost your check, that you didn't receive it. That's one way. Another way is you can also get on the phone. They've added 3,000 new employees to handle phone calls. You might have to wait a little bit on the phone, but please call the IRS and get on the phone with them and let them know that you should have received a stimulus check. They'll be able to check in the system if it was mailed out to you. You can tell them must have been lost in the mail. I threw it out accidentally. I never received it. And they will issue you another check. The same thing is true of those people that were supposed to get checks and they inadvertently stopped you from getting a check because your spouse owed child support. That was not supposed to happen. If you're the spouse of someone who owes child support, why does that affect you? Well, the IRS did it erroneously. They apologize. They are going to correct that and send out 50,000 checks to those people. So you might be receiving a check therefore in the next few weeks as a result of that. But these are all people that should have received checks that didn't, but this is not a new round of stimulus checks. But so good news that they've at least identified where that people might have thrown these things out and at least trying to get checks back out to the American people again. So some good news there, that's for sure. So will we see a stimulus package next week? It is possible that we should see a stimulus package next week from Senate Republicans, a skinny bill that may or may not go anywhere depending on what's in it. If it just has the small business PPP loan programs in there, it may actually pass because that was passed separately before and Democrats would be on board for maybe passing that separately. We have heard, and the president would sign that. That is good news for small business owners. But again, it's not good news for those people who are food insecure, that don't have a job, that have lost their health care, that are still facing evictions, and who don't have enough money to put food on their table right now. So we're going to be keeping our eye on this closely. Again, smash that like button if I brought you any value at all. Subscribe to our channel. And please, please, please don't forget to sign up for our daily morning newsletter. It's called Morning Invest. Just go to morninginvest.com. It's totally free. We'll have a link in the description below. You can click on that as well. So you get the news that you can use delivered to your inbox first thing in the morning. We put a lot of hard work into it with a little bit of humor. We try to make you laugh a little bit first thing in the morning, and you can read that over your coffee. So thank you so much for subscribing.